Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week: MBOT hosts an all-party debate in advance of the June 7th election. Part 2 in a series on Pearson Airport and its impact on the city of Mississauga. The legendary Peggy Petty addresses an MBOT capacity crowd, and the Hershey Center gets a new name. And our weekly political update with Brad Butt, who has news on the recent U.S. steel tariffs, new bylaws protecting rental accommodations, and an update on the Smart Cities Initiative. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. Are you looking for an interesting offer at a prestigious golf course? Listen to what Credit Valley Golf and Country Club has in store for you.
Change the way you do business with a Credit Valley corporate-owned membership. With full transferable privileges and limited space available, this is the way to value clients. Credit Valley Golf and Country Club, making the world of business better.
Your Mississauga Board of Trade held its all-party debate last Thursday in advance of this coming Thursday's provincial election. The candidates who agreed to debate were Nina Tangri from the PC Party, Bobby Dade from the Liberal Party, and Aberjeet Mane from the Green Party. Nikki Clark from the NDP had originally agreed to appear, but pulled out just before the event was to take place. The candidates debated Bill 148, the deficit, the lack of SMEs participating in international trade, among other critical issues affecting business in Mississauga. Remember to get out and vote this Thursday in this most important election in 15 years. Pearson Airport, which is run by the GTAA and located within the boundaries of Mississauga, is an economic driver for the city. Today, along with Siobhan DeRoche from Pearson, we present part 2 in the series on how Pearson pays its share of taxes by way of PILT, which stands for Payment in Lieu of Taxes.
Take a step back and look at, the tax structure on the airport. So Toronto Pearson, or the GTAA, pays payment in lieu of taxes, which is regulated by the provincial government. And so we pay on a per passenger basis. And so as our passenger numbers grow, so does the amount of payments in lieu of taxes that we pay to our host municipalities, so to Mississauga and to the City of Toronto. Mississauga gets the lion's share of that because we are located almost entirely in the City of Mississauga. But then we also have tenants. We have any land or any building space that's leased to third-party tenants is subject to municipal property taxes as well. They would be assessed by the Municipal Property Assessment Corporation the very same way that businesses operating in other areas in Mississauga, Toronto, Brampton, if they were located in any of those areas, they would be assessed the exact same way. The GTAA works closely with our tenants and municipalities to make sure that those tenants are paying taxes as well. So those can be airlines, cargo companies, retailers. Last year they paid about $23 million to the City of Mississauga, and about $4 million of that was covered cargo operators that are operating at Toronto Pearson.
Next week, in part 3 in the series, we look at the services that Pearson pays in addition to the PILT. The legendary Peggy Petty, who forged her skydiving application and gave her courage she needed to start her career as the first female helicopter pilot delivering traffic reports. Miss Petty went on to become a Canadian daytime TV icon. She gave a riveting talk and entertained the audience with her story of how she landed the helicopter job.
So we went to George's Spaghetti House, a hangout in downtown Toronto. We sit down, and 3 guys from CKY Radio come in and sit 2 tables over. Traffic reports were pretty new then. There was a helicopter war going on. Each station had 2 helicopters. And in each helicopter, there was a guy who did the flying and a guy who did the reporting, except at CKY Radio, where Bob Carter did both. And one day, this wonderful PR guy at the station came out and said, I know we're going to win the war. We're going to find a girl. We're going to put her up in a pink helicopter. She's going to wear a pink suit, and the pink car I drove, Jeep Wagoneer, matched the pink helicopter. So he said, go find this girl. Meanwhile, back at the lunch, I sit down, and Peggy sits down. These guys come in. We know one of them socially, Tommy Bradenberg. He knew I did some skydiving. In the middle of their lunch, their problem comes up. So where are we going to get a girl to fly this pink helicopter? And Tommy Bradenberg, bless his heart, looked over and said, see that girl? That's Peggy Petty. Now, I know she's crazy enough to jump out of airplanes. Maybe she's crazy enough to fly a helicopter. As he is walking to the table, Peggy has just said to me, so what are you going to do, Deanie? I said, this is obviously long before computers. I said, well, it can't be a secretary. I can't spell. But I want to be challenged. I want to use my brains. And there was a tap on my shoulder, and I looked up and I heard the words that changed my life. How'd you like to be the girl in the pink helicopter? Sure. Yeah.
After Miss Petty's keynote, local TV personality Sonia Sashi took over and dove deeper into the life of the talk show host. The Hershey Center is as well known in Mississauga as the Sky Dome was in Toronto, and just like the Sky Dome has its name changed, so goes Hershey. On July 1st, the facility will be known as the Paramount Center, and Mohammed Fucci, the founder and CEO of Paramount Fine Foods, joined us at the location to talk about how excited he is to give back to Mississauga.
Well, I've been waiting for long for that, and like you see, I can't stop smiling even while you're starting the question. And I haven't been stopping smiling since we signed the deal. Like, I'm a Mississauga boy. I mean, I came here, I arrived in Pearson Airport, happened to be in Mississauga with really nothing. I started my life here. This great city has given me great opportunity. The leadership, everybody, Mississauga Board of Trade, the mayor, the previous mayor, everyone in the city has supported me. They embraced my idea. And I always said, if I enjoy going out and eating sushi, I'm sure people will enjoy coming and eating shawarma at my place. So all what I had to do is continue building bridges, be part, fit in, belong, right? All what you have to do is belong, fit in the community. Putting Paramount name on the building is one more a confirmation of gratitude and a big thank you to the city of Mississauga and for the support and the people of Mississauga. Like, Paramount is a brand that started here. We were born in Mississauga. And with the support of the customers, even the great causes, the festivals, Karasaga, and everything that happened around the city is what made Paramount who we are today.
Mr. Fucci also promised the same great quality of Middle Eastern food at the arena that he serves in his restaurants. Nominations for the Mississauga Board of Trade Awards of Excellence are now open. This is a great opportunity for you to compliment one of your customers by nominating them in one of 11 categories. You can also nominate your own company for an award. Go to www.mbotawards.com and make your nomination today. Brad Butt is coming up with his political update right after this short message on how you can save money on your employee benefits plan.
The Chamber's plan now offers employee benefit programs with greater selection, higher coverage levels, and more value than ever before. Take another look and see why we're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chamber's plan. It's for your benefit.
And now for our political update with Director of Government Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Thanks, David. Ontario goes to the polls on Thursday to elect our local MPPs and decide who will govern the province for the next term. All parties have now released their platforms and promises, and those have been heavily scrutinized by the Ontario Chamber of Commerce and the Chamber Network as we prepare to work with the new government. As a Board of Trade, MBOT stays neutral in these elections, but we look forward to working with the 6 Mississauga MPPs that will be elected and whichever party forms a government after June the 7th. MBOT will be hosting a post-election forum following Good Morning Mississauga on June 13th to discuss the results and its impact on your business. Well, President Donald Trump backed up his threats last week and imposed a 25% tariff on steel and 10% tariff on aluminum imports from Canada effective June 1st. The move has left the Government of Canada scrambling and moving on tariffs and sanctions of its own. The Honourable Pearson Taxes, the president of the Canadian Chamber of Commerce, reacted saying, "Today's decision by the U.S. administration ignores the truth about Canada's relationship with the U.S., will do nothing to address the issue of dumping, and will ultimately hurt businesses, jobs, and the economies of both countries." While Mississauga does not have a significant steel or aluminum sector, there will be companies affected by this action that supply into these sectors. It will be interesting to see, however, if this action forces a final effort to get a new NAFTA deal complete sooner rather than later. While the Canadian Chamber of Commerce has released a report on the over 130,000 regulations business faces in Canada, Canada's regulatory system is a mix of complex, overlapping rules from all levels of government that has created a costly and uncertain environment to run a business. Increasing compliance costs and inefficient and unpredictable regulatory processes negatively impact business productivity, innovation, and ultimately Canada's economic growth. A copy of the report is on our MBOT website. The City of Mississauga has passed new bylaws as it relates to the protecting rental apartment buildings from being demolished or converted to condominiums and providing adequate heat and cooling in rental apartment properties. Both initiatives have come with both praise and concern, as over-regulation can often have a negative impact on results. Certainly, any effort to curtail redevelopment of small, obsolete apartment properties flies in the face of residential intensification that is vital to supporting public transit. Mississauga has completed its aerial spraying program in certain parts of the city, designed to control the cankerworm and gypsy moth issue on trees. While this initiative was not inexpensive and somewhat controversial, most experts agree it was very necessary to save thousands of trees in our city. Well, despite not being shortlisted on the federal government's Smart Cities initiative, the City of Mississauga will continue with the implementation of its Smart Cities Master Plan. The Smart Cities Challenge encouraged communities to think creatively to improve the lives of their residents through innovation, data, and connected technology. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On June 6th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On June 7th, Business Learning presents Hire for Attitude and Train for Aptitude, how to get the right employees that fit with your business. On June 13th, Good Morning Mississauga is at the University of Toronto, Mississauga. Come out and connect with your MBOT colleagues. Book a speaker spot. Where else can you make over 100 cold calls in just 2 minutes? On June 19th, the next in the series of awareness seminars on the Hurontario LRT. This seminar is on how business can use social media and an online presence to get customers to know they are open for business during the LRT construction. And save the date for our annual MBOT 9 Dine and Network Golf Classic on June 20th at the Royal Woodbine Golf Club. The prizes are building. You could win a 55-inch big screen TV or 2 tickets to fly anywhere in the continental United States, including Alaska and Hawaii, courtesy of Delta Airlines. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Boychuk, wishing you continued success in your business.